Once again, welcome to this month's Designers Discourse webinar. Just for your information, this session is going to be recorded, and so that those who probably join in late or are unable to join in would be able to access the replay. It will be on our YouTube channel. So for your information, we are on YouTube. For those of you who missed any of the webinars that we've had in the past, you can still watch the replay on YouTube. Also, we would appreciate if you can subscribe, or if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, so that you are able to catch the replay of as many webinars that we hold or events that we hold in the future. You can visit designersdiscourse.disha.page to subscribe if you're not subscribing. We're almost about 100 subscribers at the moment, I think 97. So it will be a privilege, or it will delight me to know that we grow in numbers. Our guest for today is already here, and so we would I would hand over in a couple of minutes to her, so she can take us through the session. And I don't want to, this is not a revival service. I would have said a power-packed session, right? But before I hand over to her, welcome once again to the Designers Discourse webinar for this month. We couldn't have the webinar last month. For those of you who, I'm sure everyone here received the email. We couldn't have it for two major reasons. One, the ongoing protest that was called to an, or that was abrupted. We could not have the session last month. We knew everybody was not in their right frame of mind, and since it also affects us as designers, I've had experiences with police personnel, and I've had designers who have also had experiences with them. So it was a good time for us to learn out against that. And two, was as a result of the passing of one of us, Okechukwu Obi-Enaduze, who was a product designer with Sterling Bank. We lost him due to the protest that went hurry. And so we just had to take a break from the webinar last month. But we're glad that we're back, and we hope to have subsequent webinars. I can't guarantee that there will be any in December. Most people will have traveled for Christmas, and I think I'll be praying for my birthday or so. My birthday is, I think, December 27. Yeah, so it's going to be at the end of the month. So we'll be looking forward to the next webinar in January. Enough of that. Welcome to those who are just joining. We hope you will get the best. I will hand over to our guest speaker, no other person than Victoria Ihebuzo. I hope I got that correctly, right? Victoria is a designer, a brand social media and content strategist. She's the founder of Disrupt Design, a millennial branding company that provides corporate digital branding, design, and management services for individuals and businesses, right? She's multi-skilled. If you know her, you know she's skilled, multi-talented, with professional qualifications in multiple areas such as broadcast media, communications, business development, and information tech. She's also a life coach, philanthropist, woman and girl child advocate, and serial entrepreneur. She believes that clarity, strategy, and action with a touch of faith and trust in God is all you need to be successful. She's indeed an inspiration and a blessing to this generation and the next to come. Please do me the honors by welcoming Mrs. Victoria Iebuzo with a round of applause in the comment section, in the chat section. Welcome, ma'am. We can't hear you, ma'am. I think your speaker is muted.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. When did you guys see me when I was doing all that drama? Hello?
I think so. I think I saw you. I did see you though. I was about saying when you are enjoying, show us the way.
All right. Really, once again, thank you so much for. But I can hear my. Hello? Hello? There's an echo, honestly.
How's it now? Can you hear now? Is it okay now?
Oh, yes.
Right.
Okay. Can every other person hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, let's do this. First of all, my name is Victoria Inhebuzo, and yes, you managed to get it right. Sometimes I find it difficult pronouncing my own name. It's difficult for me sometimes. So it's Inhebuzo. So yeah. Thank you guys for having me here. I am totally grateful. I am honored. In fact, I was so happy when Ife reached out to me and was like, I want you to come speak at this webinar. I'm like, oh my goodness, are you serious? So I'm really, really honored and proud to be here. And yeah, just like Ife said, I am a branding and design strategist. I originally didn't start out as a graphics or website designer because I do graphics and website design. I originally didn't start out as that. I don't know. Is there anyone here who originally didn't start out as a graphics designer or a website designer or a designer at all? Like, is there anyone here who didn't start out like that? Can I see a yes or a no or something? I'm waiting. Okay. Mba said yes. Okay, great. All right, so I'll just move on from here. Right. So I originally didn't start out as a designer. Actually, I started out as a radio and TV presenter. Right. And I started out design through. Oh, that's great, Daniel. Well done. Ife is doing quite a good job, honestly. So I started out as a radio and TV presenter. That was my first passion, and it's still my first passion. But there was a time, actually that period when Linda Ikeji was blooming everywhere, when she was making lots and lots of money, and I decided that okay, I wanted to go into blogging. So I reached out to some website designers and I told them, like, please, I need a blog. Open a blog for me, or rather build a blog for me. And at that point, we're calling some like serious money that was turning my head upside. I'm like, where do I get 200,000 naira to pay for a website? And when I finish paying for it, I'm still going to have to like keep renewing. I'm still going to have to pay graphics designers to work on graphics for me. So where do I get this money from? So basically, sorry, I'm sweating. There's no lights in my house right now, and my gen is not functional. So, I was like, how exactly? Like, where do I start from? Where do I get this money from? What do I do? So, out of that, let me call it frustration, I decided to go learn how to do it myself. I started studying, I took some free courses online. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I read a lot of articles. And then I started out with WordPress. So I kept on going on and on and on and on and on and on it until I finally built that blog myself. And I was so proud. Now, in the midst of all of this, I found out that I had this passion for designing. Like, it was something I didn't know I had inside of me, but somehow this scenario, like brought out that part of me that I didn't know I had. And ever since then, I have been honing on my skills. I have been taking more courses. I have been learning new things, and my designs have improved over and over again. It got to a point where this stuff started feeding me, like, because I came down to Lagos and I tried to get a job in a radio station or a TV house, and I couldn't. Please, I hope you guys can hear me. Please, just, I don't want to talk to myself, so please let me know you can hear me. So I got down to Lagos and I tried to get a job in a media house. I couldn't. So I had to fall back on my graphics design. I started doing simple logos for people. I started helping people to design, flyers for their social media pages and stuff like that. So it was like, I'm like, boom, really? Okay. So I knew that the demand, I knew, I didn't know much, but I knew that I needed to hone on my skills. I needed to know more. I needed to be able to do more. So I started taking courses in social media management. I started taking courses in graphics design. I moved from just knowing the basics of WordPress design to knowing the intricacies of it. I started taking more strategic and conscious steps towards honing in my skills. And today, everything that I have done, everything has led me to this point. Even as a radio presenter, right? After trying to get a job, I couldn't get in a radio station. I decided to start up my own radio station. I decided to start up an online radio, and I needed a website. So, it's like everything led me to this point where, I am now a website and graphics designer. So that's more like a background story as to, how I came to be a website and graphics designer. I discovered my passion for visual design. I'm very attracted to what I see. And I know that a lot of, in fact, humans are attracted by what they see. I'm very visual. Like, I'm very, very creative. It's just there. It's just there. So I said that, fine, if this is it, I'm going to try as much as possible to make the best out of this. And it's been 2 years in the field right now as a brand designer, and it's been learning and learning and learning for me, and it's been growth and growth and growth for me. So this is I share this story every time I am opportune to talk. I share this story because, in fact, it inspires me anytime I think about it. So I believe that it also inspires other people out there. Most of us designers didn't start out to be designers. Something led to that point, and we are really doing pretty well. So I'm proud to be among the women who are actually able to come out and say, yes, they are designers. And just like Ife would say, we don't have a lot of women, or rather there are, but we don't know a lot of them. So this platform here is to help encourage, people out there, especially women, for me, since I'm kind of women centric. So, I'm encouraging them to come out and show yourself. So here today, I'm here to talk about how you can build your personal brand using social media. So if you're ready for us to delve right in there, please let me see a yes or a hi or a fire down, go on, something. Just, give me some kind of motivation, because my heart is like pounding. Give me something I can work with, okay? Okay, good. So yeah, building your personal brand via social media. Oh God, like da. Social media is like a place where like, I love social media a lot. Like, it's not like I'm addicted to it. No, I'm not. But it's just the fun of it. Like being able to like put out content online, you're seeing people who love what you're doing. I'm getting DMs. I'm getting people saying, "Oh, Vicky, I saw your content. It's amazing. Hey, Vicky, please, I need help here. It's just the joy of being able to, put out something out there that just, adds value to people's lives. It's just, it turns. Guess, should I say what I want to say right now? So really, sorry, there's a call coming in. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, so yes, so I love social media a lot, and not all the social media platforms anyway. Lord knows that I don't like LinkedIn, even though I know that, LinkedIn is a very, very cool place. I don't like it. Those people that they like bragging too much. Like, who else thinks that LinkedIn, they brag too much, honestly? But I am a fan of Instagram. I love Instagram. I have been able to master my skills on Insta. Like, I have been able to master Instagram and Facebook, right? And LinkedIn, I'm coming up on LinkedIn, basically. And what's the other one? TikTok. Nah, I'm not a fan of TikTok, but it is a growing platform. So the whole idea is is the whole idea of social media, or rather, when you're choosing, like, if you check out my page, like now, there's a content I just posted talking about how to choose the right social media platform for your brand. So it's all about where your target audiences are. Wherever your target audiences are, whatever social media platform where your target audiences are, is where you get to pitch your brand tent. Okay, if your target audiences are on LinkedIn, you can't say because you don't like LinkedIn you will not put your brand there, right? So it's really not all about you. It's all about where your target audiences are. It's all about where your target customers are. So for what I do, right, my target audiences are on Instagram, and thankfully I love Instagram, so it just works out well for me. So when you are building a personal brand, when you are looking to grow your personal brand via social media, one of the first things you want to make sure is that you are on the right social media platform, right? If you're looking to build your professional, like, okay, someone is saying share my social media handles. Victoria Ihebuzo. Yeah, just find it there. Right. So I'm just gonna wipe off the sweat on my face. Okay, so great. So as we're saying, yeah. Okay, so one of the first things you want to make sure, like, you want to be sure of when you are putting out your brand on social media, is you want to make sure that you are on the right social media platform. The worst thing that can happen is you find yourself on a social media platform where your audiences, are not there. Your target audiences are not there. Who exactly are you putting out your content for? Right? Except you're just on social media just to, play around. You're not really, really looking to do anything per se. You don't have a brand you're trying to build. You don't have a business you're trying to build. You're just there just for the fun of it. Great, whatever. Do whatever suits you, right? But if you are on social media, or if you're looking to get on social media just so that you can build your brand, you can showcase your skills, you can get more clients, you can build a portfolio, right? Then you really need to be sure that the social media platform where you're pitching your brand tent is the right one. Your target audiences are there because you're there to connect with your target audience. Whether as a personal brand, whether as a business brand, you are on social media to socialize with your target audience. So you cannot be on a platform where your target audiences are. Hello, guys. Can you guys keep that Sal's voice down, okay? I'm in a meeting here, an international one at that. Thank you. Sorry about that. So, okay. So, let's get down to it. Now, when it comes to branding, I like to first of all help us understand what exactly brand and branding is. There is brand, and then there is branding. Okay. In the course of this session, you're going to know, okay, what exactly they stand for. So what exactly is a brand? Okay, a brand is an entity. Please make sure, I hope you guys can hear me. Please let me know that you guys can hear me. Okay, let me know that you guys can hear me. So now, a brand is an entity that is different, okay, from another similar entity. A brand is anything that is different from another similar thing. Okay, I like to use examples. For example, Coca-Cola, right? Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Okay, it's one of the most popular illustrations for branding. Okay, now Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Coca-Cola is a soda beverage, right? And Pepsi is also a soda beverage. They are both in the same soda beverage, line or industry, right? But Coca-Cola is a brand because Coca-Cola is a brand and Pepsi is a brand. Why? They are both in the same line of, them in the same industry, right? But whatever it is that differentiates them is what makes them a brand. So that's whatever differentiates Coca-Cola from Pepsi is what makes Coca-Cola a brand and Pepsi a brand. Another illustration is you. You as a person, you are a brand. You are a brand, you're a spec. That's the word, spec. Okay, brand is a spec. Whatever makes you different from, and however way you're different, as long as you are unique and different from another a similar entity or another person, makes you a brand, right? I am a brand. I'm a human being. You are a human being, but I'm a brand. You're a brand. I'm a boy, or rather, I'm a girl. You are a girl, right? Okay, let's put it that way. I'm a girl. You're a girl, so we are on the same line, right? But I have a different skin color. That makes me a brand. That makes me a spec. You have a different skin color. That makes you a brand, right? I have different. I have an eye color that is different from yours. I have bushy eyebrows. You don't have bushy eyebrows, right? I'm very, very hairy, and you're not hairy. So that makes me a brand. I'm a spec on my own, and you're a spec on your own. So that's just branding for you. That's the best way I can define branding. Okay, this one, some people are leaving, some people are not leaving. I don't understand. Where are these people going to? You guys don't like the sound of my voice? Please tell me you like the sound of my voice, okay? All right, so yeah, a brand is an entity that, that has features that makes it different or unique from, another similar entity. Okay, and please, if I'm talking too fast, please let me know. I talk quite fast, so if I'm talking too fast, please let me know. Okay, and yeah. For example, there are features, or rather, this if you have features that are different from another, makes you a brand, right? Okay, all right, cool. If I get it. So some things like colors, shape, size, design, texture, taste, makes entities different from each other. Okay, the taste, the color, the design, the shape of Coca-Cola makes it different from the taste, the color, the design, or whatever it is of Pepsi. So these things differentiates them, and that's the reason why each of them are, can be categorized, or rather they are brands. Okay, now what is branding? Branding is the deliberate actions or steps you take towards making a brand a brand. Okay, let me put that. Let me use an example for that. Okay, so for example, back to Coca-Cola and Pepsi, right? So Coca-Cola and Pepsi are on this. They are both in the soda beverage industry, right? But Coca-Cola is owned by this side. Pepsi is owned by this side. They know that they are both in the same soda beverage industry, but they don't. They want to make sure that they are different from each other. So those actions that they take in making themselves different from each other, in making themselves unique and stand out from each other, is what we call branding. So the process of giving this a color, giving this a logo, the process of crafting a brand message, the process of the marketing strategies one takes, and all of that, whatever it is that you're doing that makes you stand out from another similar entity, whatever it is you're doing with your products or services that makes you stand out from another person who is offering the same products and services, is what is just branding. So branding is basically the steps you take towards creating or making a brand. So please let me know if you actually understood this, because this is what a lot of people find. They wonder what's a brand. It's a brand, not a business. It's a business, not a brand. We're going to clear all that right now. Okay. Remember, our focus is on personal branding, right? So we're getting to that, but I just want to make sure that we understand the whole concept of it. Okay. And in case you need more information, when you go to my Instagram page, go to the guide. There's a tab on my Instagram page called the guides tab. I put out I made a guide, a compilation of all my posts about branding 101, right? So you can also go there if you need more information, or if maybe what I said now you didn't get it, I don't know, but just you can go there. There's more information there. Okay, so now that we know what brand and branding is, now we're going to go to the part where there are different types of branding, right? There are different types of brands and branding, right? We have personal branding, which we're going to be looking at today, which is our main focus today. And we have geographical branding. We have business corporate branding. We have ingredients branding. We have products branding. We have service branding. In fact, anything can be a brand. We have technical branding, we have marketing branding. Everything, anything or whatever it is at all, can be a brand, right? So it's all about crafting, or rather, it's all about influencing public perception of your product or service, or of you as a person, right? Okay, now I said we're going to be concentrating on personal branding, and that's what I'm here for. As a graphics designer, you are a personal brand. As a website designer, you are a personal brand. As a designer, you are a brand, right? You're a brand. Personal brand and branding is basically all about you. Your personal brand is you, the total makeup of you. Your story, your values, your principles, your vision, your mission, the skill sets that you have, the education that you have, the knowledge that you have, your experiences, your hobbies, your likes, your dislikes, everything about you makes you a brand. Your personality, your voice tone, your eye color, your hair color, your I don't know, everything about you is your personal brand. And then where it becomes, where it becomes more serious is where you begin to put in strategic efforts into really making yourself stand out from other people. Now that is where branding, personal branding, comes in. Personal branding is basically all about influencing public perception of you. Now, was it Steve Jobs that said this? Yeah, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs said, branding basically is what people say about you when you're not in the room. I hope I'm getting this right. Is this Steve Jobs that said that? Please let me know if it's Steve Jobs that said that again. Okay, but there is a popular quote by a popular person who that says branding is what people say about you or your products or your service when you are not in the room with them. When you're not there, what are people saying about you? What are they saying about your services? What are they saying about the products that you offer? What are they saying about your personality? What are they saying about your values? What are they saying about you? So whatever it is they feel about you is the branding. That is just it. Okay, so where you begin to take, why we say take strategic and actionable steps towards building a brand, a personal brand, is because you want to make sure that the public has a positive, perception about you and what you do. Okay, so is there any part of what I have said so far that you don't understand? Please let me know. If you've understood everything so far, please also let me know. Okay, I like to know that I'm doing something good here, right? Okay, so your personal branding is the deliberate action you take to build and influence public perception of who you are. Okay, personal branding is all about you and how the public sees you. Okay, are you as a celebrity, as an influencer, as a politician, as an entrepreneur, as a coach, as a designer, whoever you are, okay, when you are taking conscious steps into, putting yourself out there so that you can be able to connect more, so that you can be able to get more clients, so that you can get that job. Okay, Jeff Bezos. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jeff Bezos. I thought it was Steve Jobs. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, that is basically what makes you, or that is basically what personal branding or personal brand is all about. Some Tochuku, looks like your network is really dealing with you. So sorry about that. Okay. All right. Now, why should you brand? Why should you brand yourself? Why personal branding? Like, I'm already a graphics designer. Isn't that enough? And all of that. So sorry, some Tochuku. Don't worry, it is well. It's an ending praise. Don't worry, if you missed anyone, you're gonna watch it on YouTube. Okay. All right. So let's get down to it. Okay. So why is personal branding important? It's important too. It's important. If you know that you actually want to be able to reach out to more people, you want to be able to, you want to be able to network, you want to be able to get more clients, because I'm sure you're not a graphic designer for yourself. You are looking to make money out of your skills, right? You're looking to make money out of your designs. You're looking to make money out of your knowledge and all of that. So, yep. Personal, as in making cautious and strategic actionable efforts into building your personal brand, is important. I just said it. The reason why it's important is because you want to be able to achieve your goals faster. If your goal as a designer is to is to work for one of at least to work for the best companies in the world, right? You want to be able to position yourself properly so that these companies can find you. If your goal is to have a design company of your own, you want to be able to position yourself properly so that you can get all the things that you need, the resources that you need to you know get that company of yours. Whatever your personal goals are as a designer, okay, you definitely want to invest in personal branding, okay, so that you can better or achieve those goals faster. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to speak a lot of jargons. And most of everything, in fact, everything I'm going to be saying here today or have said so far is based on personal experience. Okay. I don't believe in just reading theories written by other people and just come and blab them out. No. Everything is based on my experience. I'm not going to recount someone else's experience to you. I'm not going to go read a blog post and then look at it and come here and read verbatim. No, everything here is my own experience, right? As time goes on, you too will also be able to learn from your experiences too and find out what works for you. Okay, so for me as a designer, right, as a brand designer, I want to have more clients. That is my goal. I want to have more clients. I want to be able to beat my chest and say, hey, that design, I did it myself. I want to have my money. I want to get paid for my services. So what is the fastest way for me to reach out to these people? How do I expand my territory, right? How do I expand my network? How do I expand my client base? How do I let people know that this is what I do? Okay, gone are the days when you advertise on radio, on TV. We are in a digital world right now, right? So what is the best way to put myself out there so that I can be able to expand my clientele bases and of course put more money in my accounts, right? So how do I do that in this time and age that we are living in right now? Social media is your go-to. Okay, yeah, it may not be making money immediately, but you want to be able to position yourself properly as an expert. Okay, please let me know that you are getting what I'm saying. Okay, so you want to be able to position yourself properly as an expert, and positioning yourself as an expert means that you stand more chances of getting clients or getting jobs or whatever it is, and of course making more money. Before anybody is going to pay you for your services, they need to know you. They need to know who you are, what you're capable of doing. They need to see your work, right? It's like, in fact, consider social media in this age and time as the new CV. Social media is the new CV. For the past, in the past series of jobs, contracts I've been getting so far, the first thing they ask me is, "Can I see your social media handle?" Right? When I pitch to a company and say, hey, I can help you come up with a content for your page. I can help you design contents for your page. I can help you work on your content calendar and all of that. The first thing I want to know is, can I see your social media page? Yeah, you say you are a good social media content planner. Can I see your social media page? Let me see. Let's see what you have been. Let's look at your page and see the kind of contents that are there, right? Exactly, Ifeolua. It is the new CV. Social media is basically the new CV. So you want to use social media as a place where you get to share your content, where you get to let the world know of your expertise. It's one thing to be a graphics designer. It's another thing for other people to know that you are a graphics designer. And how do you do that? I'm a social media prophetess. Social media, yeah, social media. And when I say social media, like I said before, find where your target audiences are and be there. So if it's LinkedIn, if it's Twitter, if it's Instagram, if it's Facebook, wherever it is, your target audiences are, where you can find your target audiences, right? Then that's where you should be. Okay, and then position yourself in their faces, be in their faces. Social media helps you to meet more people, helps you to expand your network, helps you to connect better, right? People you ordinarily wouldn't see on a face-to-face basis. With social media, you can do anything. Okay, see, you don't need to have Otedola's number before you call him. Just go on social media. You can slide into his DM. He doesn't even need to give you permission. Just send him a message, right? Send him a message, right? And there's every chance that he actually gets to see the message. He just chooses whether to reply or not reply. Duh. That's what most of these people do, really. So it's not like they not see your message. They just, okay, whatever it is. So my point is that there are no boundaries, right? Like, you are not limited, right? Social media is like in fact, it's an open check, right? It's an open checkbook, right? You definitely, you are allowed to do whatever it is you want to do, right? So social media helps you to put yourself out there, basically. So as a graphics designer, don't just streamline yourself to particular, how am I going to put it now, just stay in one place, stay stagnant, and be like, oh, I'm not an Instagram person, I'm not a Twitter person, I don't like all this, social media is for kids. You lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Okay, gone are the days when social media was just for kids. Look, when Instagram started out, people were like, "Oh, Instagram is for kids. Nobody wants to be on Instagram." Blah blah blah. In fact, if you are not on Instagram, though, you are like the most matured person in the world. But hey, just look at Instagram right now. All major brands. There is no major brand in the world right now that is not on Instagram. TikTok started out like that too. Everybody thought TikTok was just where children just go and dance, and forget their, just play around. But hello, TikTok right now is like, in fact, if not that, what they call it, Instagram right now was so threatened by TikTok because a lot of brands began to use the fun part of TikTok, the funny things that happen on TikTok to promote themselves. So what are we not talking about? What are we not talking about? Social media is the new CV. Okay. People, even if you don't have a website, even if you don't have it, do you know that Instagram is like your Instagram page can be indexed by Google, right? If you are the type that puts out really, really good content and somebody searches a keyword or imputes a keyword on Google that happens to be included in your content, and your Google can rank your content or can pull up your Instagram page and put it up there, or pull up your that particular post where that keyword is contained, right? And pull it up, right? So it happens. It happens. I've seen it happen so many times. So thank you very much, Hassan. SEO, thank you very much. I'm not really good at SEO. Okay, so yes, search engine optimization. You can actually use SEO on your Instagram page, right? There is what we call alternative text on Instagram. Like when you're dropping your post, there's a place where you can put an alternative text. That in that place, that's where you get to put related keywords in your post. So that when someone either on Instagram or on Google is searching for something and your content can pull up on Google, right? So you don't even these days. So in fact, let me just tell you, even most brands, before they even open a website, the first thing they do is open up their social media pages. I'm not saying having a website is cock and bull story. Oh, you definitely do need a website if you're really looking to put your brand on a high pedestal, right? You definitely do need a website. What I'm trying to say is social media is like the fastest way to put out your content, right? The fastest way to put out your content, the fastest way to connect. People don't socialize on websites. People go to the website to get more information, to book a session with you, to get more information about your brand, your story, your values, and all of that. But people want to chat with you immediately, they check you up on Instagram. People want to chat with you immediately, they want to know your profile, they check you up on LinkedIn, or they find you up on Facebook or stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So social media is important. So you get to choose the platform that works the best for your brand and then grow there. Okay, I think I've hammered on that too much. Okay, so there are different components of branding. There's like there are different parts of branding, right? Oh my goodness, I'm sweating really badly. Sorry. Okay, so there are different parts of branding, right? We have the brand story, we have brand values, we have brand promise, that's the value proposition. Thank you, Ife. We have brand positioning, we have brand audience, we have brand personality, we have brand identity, we have, thank you, Samto Chiku. We have brand voice, we have brand goals, we have brand clarity, and brand strategy. Now, these are all components that are very important when you're building your personal brand. Your brand story is basically about you. Okay, your brand story is what led you to where you are right now. Okay, it's more like talking about the problem statements and solution statements and vision statements, of a company. That's what your brand story basically is all about. Okay, for example, when I started out before I started out, I told you a story. I gave you a background story of what led me here. Now that's a brand story. That's a story. It helps you to be able to relate better with me, right? It helps you to be able to relate better with me. Okay, so yes, I do have a brand story. I have a large brand story. So yeah, but like I said, when I started out, before I started telling you anything, before I started talking here, I told you a story of how I didn't start out as, I never started out as a brand, like as a designer, right? And this is one of my favorite stories I tell people. Okay, I never started out as a designer, but life issues brought me to where I am today. Now, because you as my audience, or you who's listening to me, because you know definitely well that yes, this thing is relatable. You feel it. You're going to know that, oh, this person has really, gone through life, and because of the experiences, okay, okay, follower. Now, because of the experiences that this person has had, okay, this person is probably in a in fact, is in a very good position to actually help me out of what I am feeling right now, right? Um, okay, part of your brand story talks about, what, in fact, basically it's all about what brought you to where you are right now. What led you to this moment? What led you to this moment? You're a graphics designer. What's the story? Have you always been a graphics designer? What brought you to this part? What made you decide to be a graphics designer, right? Is it that you saw a very bad design that literally tore your eyes from, your eyes from your sockets, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to start helping small businesses come up with better designs? Okay, what made you decide that, oh, I want to be a graphics designer? And so all these things, you need to have like a backstory, a relatable, real life, backstory. It's more like stating the problem. Okay, when you're reading a company's proposal or brochure, what do they call that stuff, right? You see the part where they get to tell you problem statements, right? They are stating the problem. Now that's a story, right? They know they saw something that they didn't like, or saw something that inspired them to decide that, okay, we are going to be producing this product, or we are going to be offering this kind of services to help other people who are probably in this state too, who are probably going through exactly what we went through. So your brand story basically talks about what led you to this moment, what made you decide to be a graphics designer, okay, what inspired you to do that, what problem did you see, okay, what did you go through. So it's just very, very important to have like a brand story. Okay, I'm not saying you should read out your entire life history. Okay, you don't need to have you, and I'm not saying it has to be a sub story. I'm not saying you must be what's that Cry Blessing, what's the name of that movie, Cry for Help, where the girl had to go through all the troubles in this world before she finally was able to make it. No, you don't have to have a sub story. The point is that your brand story could just be basically the problem you saw. Okay, the problem you saw that made you decide that, okay, I want to be who I am right now, or I want to be a graphics designer so that I can what? Help people out there to be able to come up with good designs, help females, help female led businesses or female owned businesses to have better designs. There can always be a backstory to who you are right now. It's what helps you to be able to connect with your target audience, right? It's what helps you to be able to connect to your target audience. It gives you and your target audience a chance to meet in the middle, right? So it helps a lot. Then let's talk about the brand values. These are your values, your principles, your core beliefs. What do you go by? Okay, what are your principles? Are you for honesty? Are you for fairness? Are you for equality? Are you all about gender equality? What exactly is fueling your story? Okay, what exactly is fueling your brand? Okay, what is pushing you? What are your values? What are your principles? What are those things that are at the core of who you are? Okay, when somebody sees you, can they say, oh, this person has a high level of integrity? Oh, this person is someone who, once he says something or she says something, she must do it. You have to have values. What are the things you stand for? What are the things that even if they take everything away from you, those things keep you going? Okay, so you need to have your brand values, because these things will help you connect with your target audience. It will also form a larger part of your brand story. Okay, let's talk about brand promise, right? Brand promise, or rather value proposition, is what exactly you're offering your target audience. Okay, are you trying to what is the what is your brand promise? Okay, what are you telling them that you can do for them? Okay, that's the brand promise. So you're a graphics designer. Okay, great. So what are you going to do for them as a graphics designer? Right. For me, I focus mainly on, coming up with visual graphics, or rather, brand visual designs for social media creators. I help them come up with, social media content, right? So that is my area of focus, right? That's where I focus on. Okay. Now, I promise them that the designs I do for them will make their pages or their Instagram pages, or basically their social media pages attractive enough to, attract people to their pages, and of course, give them a higher chance at, converting, right? Converting, page visitors or followers, whatever it is, to customers. I help them, put their imaginations into the design so that the design will not only attract their target audience, but also give them a higher chance at actually converting those people to paying clients, right? So you need to have a brand promise. What exactly are you promising your target audience? What are you saying that you can do for them? What's your value proposition? So it's very important. Okay. You need to also have there's another thing called another part of branding called brand positioning. This basically is where you stand in the marketplace, where you stand in the hearts of your audience. Okay. Your niche, your brand niche, basically. You're a graphic designer, but what kind of graphics designer are you? Right? Graphics, everybody, yeah, we have a lot of graphics, but you need there are niches in graphics design. For me, I'm focusing more on social media content, right? And I do logos, right? I do logos, I do e-flyers and all of that. So you need to like have a niche. Okay, as a graphics designer, where do you focus? Do you focus on product branding, basically? Do you focus basically on product branding? Or are you just a logo designer, right? So now, knowing your brand niche will help you position yourself better so that when people are looking for logo designers, you will be on their list. When they're talking about the top 10, top 20, top 50 logo designers around, they'll mention you because you have been able to position yourself in that area as an expert logo graphic designer who is focused on logo designs. Okay, so have a niche. Even in logo designing, there are different types. Are you more of are you a letter, what do they call that stuff again now? Do you focus on do you focus on letter logos, right? Or do you focus on, there's so many types of logos. Do you focus on word mark, right? Do you focus on thank you very much, if you are letter marks, right? So there are different types. You, even as a logo designer, you need to have a niche where if you're good at all and perfect, but it will help you more if you are focused on. Thank you, mascot. Thank you, May. Thank you. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for saving my head. my heart is literally shaking right now. A lot of things are flying away from my head. I can't even remember some things I had put down. Okay, so yeah, so you need to have a niche, right? If you have a niche, it'll help you to focus more. It'll help you to focus more. Let me tell you something about niching. It's actually very important for your personal brand. It's very important. See, because I know the hell I went through, right? I was literally everywhere. I know I could design logos. I know I could design flyers. I know I could do this. I know I could do that. And I can design. But what? I was everywhere. It didn't help. It didn't help me because I was trying to do everything at the same time. I was trying to position myself as an expert in everything. It didn't work well. So I decided, you know what? It was then I began to understand the importance of niching down. Nobody says you shouldn't be versatile. Nobody says you shouldn't. But when it comes to really building a personal brand, you want to have a niche for yourself, so that when people get to know you as an expert in that niche, you can also show them that you can also do other things, right? Great. So you make sure that you niche down. When you niche down, it helps you to position yourself properly in the market, in your industry, and in the hearts of your target audience. If you're not in the hearts of your target audience, and if you're not recognized in your own niche, in your industry, if you don't have a place in the marketplace, if you don't have a place, then you're displaced. Exactly. Exactly. It's just like that. If you're not in the hearts of your target audience, then you're not in their hearts. Who exactly are you doing? Who exactly are you working for? Who are you positioning yourself for? For the monitoring spirits in your village or what? So you need to have a place in the hearts of your target audience. Okay. And that has a lot to do with brand niching and brand positioning. right? Then you have the brand audience. Talking about brand audience, I'm talking about your target audience. See, you are not for everybody. And that's a mistake that a lot of people make. You're not for everybody. You cannot. I swear. Thank you, Faye. Thank you, Faye. I like that. I like that. I never knew I could actually say something like that. Yeah, I have a quote of my own. Okay. All right. So your target audience, your target audience. You cannot be for everybody. There's something that Buhari said one time. He said, I am for everybody and I'm for no one. You're not Buhari. You're not Buhari. Please. Please, you need to have a target audience. You need to create an audience persona, okay? You need to have a target audience. If not, you're going to fall off. Like, you're going to get thrown off easily, right? So, on a more serious note, you need to have a target audience. Okay. When I mean target, like seriously, arrow shot kind of target audience. Like this is the people you are targeting. Okay. So are you for are you okay? If as a graphic designer, who exactly are you looking to design for? Are you looking to design for individuals, entrepreneurs? Are you designing only, is your services, are they for women only? Your services, are they for men only? Are they for the young? Are they for the old? Are they for corporate organizations? Or are they for, you need to have a target of people you're designing for. Okay? That is very, very important. That is very, so you need to ask yourself, who exactly are my target audience? Who is my ideal client? Who is my ideal customer? Okay, because design is better. How am I going to put it now? Like, there's a way people interpret designs in their own way. A certain sets of people have a way that they interpret designs, and you have to be able to design in a way that those people will be able to interpret it. Right? Design is communication. Right? So you need to design in a way that that it will not just be you alone who is understanding it. It's not art. Design is not art. It's different. Art is best interpreted by the person who did the artwork, but design is communication. It has to be a dialogue. It's not a monologue, right? It's supposed to be a conversation, right? When I see this design, I should be able to get the message that you're passing out. You are not an artist. You're a designer, not an artist. So don't go and you cannot be designing stuff that only you understands. Okay? That's art for you, not design. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that your target audience will determine the kind of designs you do, right? If you're designing for millennials, right? You're designing for millennials, for millennials, entrepreneurs, millennial businesses. You need to be able to design in such a way that those businesses and their target audience would be able to understand, right? So that's more reason why you need to have a niche. Knowing the kind of target or knowing the kind of people that you're targeting will help you know how to structure your designs. It will help you know how to, put your designs in such a way that they would understand. Okay. I don't know. Please let me know if you're getting what I'm saying right now. Okay. Let me know if you're getting what I'm saying. Let me know if I'm making sense. Please let me know that. Okay. So you need to design in such a way that your target audience will understand, right? So that's more reason why you need to know who your target audiences are. Okay, thank you, Fem. All right, so be sure of your target audience. The next part of branding is brand identity. Okay, now this is very, very important because this is the part where I'm very, very concerned about. In fact, I love red, and that's the reason why I'm putting on red here. Okay, if you check my page, red. Okay, so maybe by the time I'm ready to paint my room, I'm going to paint my room red. Okay, so now that for me, that's the identity I want to create. I want, when you see red, you think of Coca-Cola and then you think of Victoria, right? Okay, Hassan, yours is blue. Fantastic. Okay, so I want, when you think of a particular stuff, you think of me. Right? So it's very, very, yes, if it's smart and intentional. You have to be very intentional about your identity. Okay? You have to be, Identity is basically visuals, what people are seeing, okay, the tangible things, what they can see about your brand, okay? And all these things are very important on social media. In fact, most especially since I'm more conversant with Instagram. Instagram is a very visual platform. It's a very visual platform. People are attracted by what they see first before they even think of the content, before they even go ahead and start reading whatever it is you put out there. The first thing is you need to be able to grab them. You need to be able to catch them, right? You need to be able to catch them. So it's very important that you are it's very, very important that you thank you, Ife. It's very, very important that you are very, like, you need to be very conscious about your identity. And your identity means colors. Okay, what are your brand colors? What's your logo? What's your brand logo, right? For businesses, right? What's your brand logo, right? How can people identify you? Okay, when they want to describe you, like, how can they identify you? How can they say, how can they recognize you? Okay, like, for if you are like, if you follow me, right there, if you see my post from afar, you will know that, okay, this is Victoria Hazel's post. But you don't even need to be told, right? Once you're scrolling and you see that shade of red, you, in your head, instantly you'll be like, this has to be Victoria, before you even get there, right? So identity, your brand visual identity is very, very important. So you want to be sure of your, yes, exactly what I was about to say. Your typeface, your fonting is very, very important. You want to be sure of your brand colors. You want to be sure of the kind of illustrations you use. Okay, you want to be sure that you are easily identified. You are easily recognized by anybody at all. Okay, identity helps aids recognition. Even if whatever it is, okay, for example, someone comes across the color red, is not looking at my page, but at least the person will be reminded of Victoria Hebuzo, right? What people see gets stuck in their heads, get stuck in their brain. So it's very important that you want to create a visual identity that they would recognize anywhere. And on social media, it's very, very important. Visual identity is very important. Yes, identity aids recognition. Another quote. Hallelujah, somebody. Shantaya that did it. Another quote, guys. Thank you so much. I never knew I had amazing quotes. Seriously, I need to be speaking more. Okay, all right. So yeah, identity is important. Now we're getting somewhere. Everything I'm telling you right now is geared towards building a fantastic social media branding. Like, it's building a fantastic brand, personal brand on social media. All these are important. When I talked about brand story, growing on social media, you need a brand story that can help you connect. When I talked about brand promise, you need to let people know what exactly your value proposition is. When I talked about brand values form a larger part of your brand story. Your brand values also have to align with the values of your target audience. And that's more reason why you need to know your brand audience. You need to know who your target audiences are. Be sure about that. You need brand positioning. You need to position yourself properly on social media. Okay, if you don't position yourself properly, you'll be having followers who don't have the profile pictures, right? That shit is really annoying. Like, you be like, they're like if you don't position, you find yourself like, who are these people? Like, what is the meaning of this? Huh? This person does not even have a profile picture. What is he following me for? Who are you? Are you monitoring spirit? You understand? So you need to be able to position yourself properly. Okay, you need to have brand identity, a very good brand visual identity. Honestly, it's very, very important on social media. So all these things I'm talking about are points you need to take note, like, you need to take note of when you are looking to strategically and consciously grow your personal brand on social media. Okay, now there's brand voice. Yeah, basically brand voice, brand personality is very important. Brand voice is your language, right? Your language. What kind of language are you putting out there, right? This will be largely determined by your target audience. If you're targeting millennials, if your target audiences are millennials, corporate business, or whatever it is, you want to be able to speak the kind of language that they would understand. Okay, you don't want to be speaking French and what they understand is German, right? So you want to make sure that you are speaking in a way that they understand. you are writing in a way that they understand. You are speaking their language. Your brand voice is in line, with their language, right? You want to be very, very sure of that. And then we have brand personality. Okay, what kind of personality do you have as a person? Is when we think about your brand, okay, like for example, me, I've done my research. I have done my own research, and I have, I'm confident to say that when people think of me, or rather when they think of my brand, they think of energy. They think of energy. They think of fun. They just know that this girl is just going to come and, speak plenty English and scatter wa dada and all of that. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, so they think of energy. They think of, yeah, and everything about me, down to my visual identity, speaks of that. Red speaks boldness, courage, energy, passion, drive, zeal, that's, that kind of bull bull's attitude, that kind of relentless attitude. So it speaks that a lot. And then of course gray is part of my color. Yeah, E for energy. So it's all that. Okay, so it's very, very important that you need to be sure of your brand personality. Do you want people to see you as a fun person, as a calm person, as a serious person? Okay, let's talk about Gary V. I'm sure you guys know Gary V. Gary V is known for his swear words. They know that this dude, you cannot speak to him for 5 minutes without him using the F word everywhere. He uses the shit, the S word, the F word, the N word, the everything kind of word. That dude is totally uncontrollable. You know that this guy is uncontrollable. That is his personality. Okay, and he's able to thrive in that area because he's targeting, energetic people. He's targeting millennials. He's targeting people who are in people like that. He's trying to, he's trying to make sure that he speaks in a language that the people he's targeting will understand, right? So that is just his personality. So you want to have a personality for yourself. Do you want to be known as savage? Like, right, when people come to your page, they just know that you're going to say something that will just blow their brains, right, in the most savage manner. Do you want to be known as a very fun person? Like when they come to your page, they will laugh. People know that you find a way to just make them laugh. So you want to be sure. Yes, discipline and integrity. Those are core values, right? Personality. You want to know if you're going. You want to position yourself as a fun person, as a calm person, as a cool-headed. Just find, there are different types of brand personalities. You can do your research on that. There are different types of brand personalities, and find out where your own falls and whether your target audience are in line with the kind of brand personality that you have, that you think you have right now. Because if your target audience, because everything still goes down to your target audience, if your target audience are not in line, the kind of people you're targeting, if the kind of people you're targeting, if your brand personality does not fall in line with the kind of people you're targeting, it's all for naught, right? Because the whole idea of branding is to influence public perception of you, is to influence public perception of you. So you want to make sure that the people you're targeting are absolutely in line with your values, your story, your brand voice, your brand personality, your brand identity, and all of that. Okay. There's also what we have brand goals. Now, these are your ultimate goals, your what exactly you're looking to achieve with your brand. Okay. This is something you have to ask yourself. What am I looking to achieve at the end of the day? Oh, what I want to make sure that everybody that comes across my personality or my brand will go with this, will go with that. This is my goal. So you want to make sure you have a brand goal, right? Yeah. And then you want to make sure you have clarity. Now, before you even venture into growing a personal brand, into strategically growing a professional personal brand, you want to have clarity. Clarity is, what exactly is your brand really all about? Okay, you want to have clarity on all these components we've talked about. You want to know your brand story, you want to know your brand values, you want to know your brand promise, you want to know your position, you want to know who your target audience is. And when you are clear on all of this, then you would be able to, comfortably grow your brand. So you need to have clarity, and then you need to implement the strategies that needs to be implemented so that you can achieve your brand goals. Now you see how all these are related. So when you go on social media and decide to get serious with really, really positioning yourself properly on social media, you want to take all of this into account. Okay. make sure that you attain clarity. Be sure, be very clear-headed on the kind of brand you want to grow, on the kind of position you want to put yourself. You want to put yourself as an expert. Expert in what? You're a graphics designer, an expert in what area of graphics design, right? As an illustrator, or as a logo designer, or as yes, please do ask your questions, because I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. So you want to position yourself as an expert, right? So now here are some general rules, some general rules. Okay, I mentioned some earlier anyways. So now, before you actually start growing your brand, you want to be sure of who you are. Like I said, your story, your passion, your value, your purpose, your principles, your education. You want to know what you want to be sure of what you do, what you offer, the skills that you have, the services, your profession, right? Because this will help you be able to communicate to your target audience that this is who you are and this is what you do, right? You want to ask yourself, what gives you credibility? What's your social proof? What's proof that you're good in this thing, right? What's proof that you're good in the, do you have evidence that you're good in this stuff or in that stuff, whatever it is? So you want to make sure. Okay, I'm coming to that question, guys, when we get there. Okay, so what gives you credibility? What is your mission? What's your mission? What's your vision? What are your goals? You want to be sure of that. Okay, so these are things you need to ask yourself while you're starting out to, grow your personal brand using social media, because the kind of content you'll be putting out online on social media, will be coming from all of these. Will be coming from the clarity that you have about your personal brand. Okay. Now, you need to be very clear on that. You need to know your target audience is very important. I cannot even overemphasize on that. You need to know that. Okay. You need to choose the right social media platform. Like I said earlier on while we started, I said that choosing a social media platform is dependent on where your target audiences are. You need to know about the social media platform that you are looking. If you say, okay, fine, you like Instagram, you prefer to be on Instagram, before you go ahead and start growing on Instagram, find out everything about Instagram. What kind of content format works on Instagram? What's the best time to post on Instagram? How many people are using Instagram right now? I hear it's over 1 billion people using Instagram right now. What does it make up? My target audience, my ideal target audience, can they be found on Instagram? If you're targeting professionals, if your ideal target audience are companies, brands, professionals, then you definitely don't want to be on Instagram. You don't want to. I'm not saying you shouldn't be on Instagram, but you don't want to focus on Instagram, because those people you may not find, they are there, but they may not be as active as they will be on LinkedIn. Right? Right. Good. So if your goal is to get a job in a big company, you may not, you won't be able to achieve that on Instagram. Okay. But you can be able to achieve that on LinkedIn. So let me know if you're getting my point. Let me know if you're getting my point right here. So if you just want to find a social media platform where you can, actually just drop content, just show off your work, like stuff like that, Instagram is great. Instagram is great. If your target audience are millennials that are active, whatever it is, Instagram is great. If you're looking to build a community, you're looking to, you know what I mean by community, to tribe. Facebook is great because, yeah, communities, groups thrive on Facebook. If the kind of brand you're growing is basically all about trending stuff, then you definitely want to be on Twitter, right? So that's what I mean by being sure of the platform that you want to grow on, because it all depends on the kind of brand that you're looking to grow. Okay, for me, I actually have accounts on all major social. I have accounts on Pinterest, on TikTok, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, and even others. Even the new one, Parler, right? Parler. Yes, I have an account there, but I am not active on all of them, because those are. I just open them just to place. Hold my, like, a placeholder for my name, right? So that even if you go once in a while, I drop content there. But my main focus is on Instagram, because that's where my brand will thrive better. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm also active. I've started being active on LinkedIn recently because I'm trying to get, new contracts, new jobs, and all of that. So I position myself too on LinkedIn. But when it comes to, since I'm more of a content creator, so when it comes to contenting, which is where my focus is right now, I do Instagram a lot because that's where I'm able to show off, my skills, and all of that through the content I put. So when you come on Instagram, oh, I'm an Instagram content creator. Oh, like, can I see your content? Can I see the strategies and all of that? You come to my page and you don't even need to be told that I'm good at what I do, right? And because I'm a visual person, because I'm into design, I make sure that my page shows off my design skills, right? It shows it. So Instagram allows me to do that properly well, very well. You can open someone's Instagram page and be able to see up to 9 posts at a glance. But it's not like that on LinkedIn. It's not like that on Twitter. It's not like that on Facebook, right? So you have to make sure that the kind of brand you're building will thrive on the platform that you are on. It's very key. It's very important. And then make sure that your target audiences can be found on that platform. So nobody says you must be on, it has to be Instagram. No, it doesn't have to be Instagram. But if your target audience can be found on Instagram, great. Okay? If your target audience can be found on TikTok, by all means, please find out how TikTok works and make it work for your brand, right? So you have to be very sure of that. Okay? Now, generally, even WhatsApp. Thank you very much. Yes, WhatsApp. There are lots of the only thing that kills WhatsApp off is because WhatsApp is limited to your contacts, right? It's limited to your contacts. So we don't really consider WhatsApp as a marketing, like a core branding marketing platform. Yeah, the WhatsApp status has helped a lot, but you're limited to the people on your contact list, right? People who have your contact or whose contact you have. Or Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it's an open ground to meet or connect with just about anybody, right? Okay, so that's the thing. With maybe very soon they will make Instagram, WhatsApp, an open web, an open floor, and you don't need to have someone's contacts before you actually be able to connect with the person. So yeah, well, I mean WhatsApp. So yeah, let's hope that's that. Okay, so now next thing is you want to make sure that your profile stands out, your bio, your picture, your logo, whatever it is, your identity stands out on whatever social media platform you're using. Okay, to grow, it's very important. I have gotten, okay, for example, Facebook, on Facebook, I get friend requests, and before, I'm very, very strategic. I'm very deliberate on whose friend request I accept or decline, right? And then I go to your page and I look at it. First of all, you don't have a profile picture, and I'm wondering what is your problem. And then and I check your bio and I'm seeing I am a child of God. I'm a child of God too. Thank you very much. I don't need to know that. Except you're a pastor. Even as a pastor, I'm a pastor. You tell me the name of the church, you pastor. Stuff like that. So you want to grow your personal brand and you're looking for people who employ you, call you for jobs or whatever it is. And okay, you don't have a profile picture. Your bio says absolutely nothing, doesn't show anything about who you are or what you do or what you're here on social media for, right? Right? That's why I say social media is a new CV. Are you going to submit an empty CV to a potential employer? No. So if you are on social media to grow, then you want to make sure that your bio has everything that a potential client or customer want to know in order to be able to, reach out to you and say, hey, I need your services, right? Or I need your products, right? So you want to be very sure. So you want to make sure that your picture, if you're putting your picture on for personal brands, I would advise to use your picture because you're growing. You are putting yourself as a person out there because before people can be able to patronize your business, right? Especially if you're growing a personal business brand, right? Before people are able to say, oh, I want to get your ebook. Oh, I want you to design this logo for me. Oh, I want you to do this for me or whatever it is. They want to connect with your person. Right? They want to connect with your person. So it's better for you to for a personal page, for a personal brand page, it's better for you to have your personal your face there, right? Good. But if it is as for your a very, very good, not a selfie, a very good professional headshot. Okay. Examples, just go on LinkedIn, you're going to see a lot of them there. Exactly. So you want to have a very good professional headshot. It's very important. Okay. Then on your business page, you can have your business logo. You get your corporate logo, your brand logo, and all of that. Great. So even on your website, you can put your own logo on your website. If you check my website, victoriahibuzo.com, on this, you're going to see my logo there, right? Of course, it's my personal website, right? So my pictures are plastered everywhere, but I also have a logo. But on Instagram, where I'm most active, you see my face, not my logo, because I want people to associate with me directly, right? Where you know the kind of person I am, the values and the skills and service, that it will then prompt you to want to like, okay, get me to do a job for you. Thank you, Ife. Thank you, thank you. I designed it myself. So anybody who needs a website, please reach out to me and let's talk business, okay? Okay, so yeah, you want to make sure that your profile stands out, okay? Your bio, your picture, your logo, whatever it says, make sure it stands out. Ife, please, can you drop the link for them? victoriahebuza.com, okay? www.victoriahebuza.com. That's my website, okay? Yeah, now that brings me to something. You want to also make sure that wherever it is you are, all your social media platforms has the same handle. Hey, you don't want to have Mbasom Tochukwu Gideon on Instagram, and then we now have Gideon 101 on Twitter, and then we now have Gideon 107 on LinkedIn. Please stay well, stay in one place so that God will bless you and use you. Thank you very much. So you want to make sure that you are using one name across your social media platforms, please, okay? And try to avoid adding numbers. You're not a prisoner. Try to avoid, okay, you have Precious 102. You're not a prisoner, please, okay? Try to avoid adding numbers on. It's annoying. It's really annoying. Okay, avoid it. Except that number is actually a part of your brand. Okay, no problem. Like, for example, James Bond 007. That's okay. That's okay. But if you know that number is, maybe Instagram suggested it to you, reject it. You are allowed to reject it. Maybe you put your name Precious Iyama, and then they tell you that there's a lot of Precious Iyama, and they suggest you should use Precious Iyama 107. Run away. Avoid it. Do something. Look for something to help you. But just try to avoid that number thing, okay? Try, okay? So, like I said, make sure that your social media handle is the same thing across all your social media platforms, okay? Now, great. That's very important. Okay, then while you're on social media, okay, on social media, if you're there to promote your, to grow your personal brand, you want to be able to put out contents that are related to your personal brand. For example, I myself am positioning myself as a branding and design strategist and content strategist. So my the content you see on my page are, related to branding. They're related to content strategy. And of course, when you see my designs, you know that I am also a graphics designer, right? And when you check my bio, you see where I wrote, designer at Designer Disrupts, NG. So you want to make sure that the content, the things that people are seeing on your page are directly related to your brand niche, to your niche, okay? If you are positioning yourself as a logo designer, then we want to see evidence of, so you want to put in valuable content surrounding logo designs, right? Okay, yes, we want to see the logos that you've been designing. Yes, so you can be dropping your logos, the logos I've been seeing. Also, you also want to be educating people. You don't just want people to come and see the logo from beginning to the end. No, it helps better when you're able to educate. For example, you can talk about types of colors to use for your logos. You can talk about things you need to ask yourself before you decide to ask before you decide to get a logo. Things to ask your next logo designer. You get the drift. You get what I'm saying? So you don't just want to come sell. Hey, I design logo. I design order for your logo right now. No. You also want to educate people. You want to inform people. You want to give them value, because before you can get their money, you have to give them value. That is just the honest truth of the matter. Okay, so when you come to my page, you don't even see a lot of I have on my bio, I tagged my business page there. Okay, I'm using my page, my own personal page. I'm focusing more on content strategy, right? Branding tips and all of that. That's how I give value. That's how I'm able, and these things have helped me get clients. When clients read my posts, when potential clients, when people read my posts and love what they see, it makes them understand that I am an expert in what I'm doing. So whenever it is they need services related to this, they always have someone they can run to. You get what I'm saying? You want to be able to put out contents that are directly related to your niche. Okay, I'm looking at the time right now. Okay, and okay, so you want to make sure you maintain a powerful brand identity. Please maintain a powerful brand identity. Maintain an identity. Okay. You don't want to, okay, you tell us your brand color is red, and then you come to my page and you're seeing yellow, white, blue, green, dark, rainbow color everywhere, right? So you want to maintain a consistent brand identity, right? I'm not saying that you can't have, different colors on your page. I just want to, and what I'm just trying to let you know is that if you are choosing a particular brand, let's say for example, a particular brand color, right? Then you want to make sure that it is consistent through your social media handles. When I get to Twitter, I want to be able to see that color on your Twitter page. When I get to LinkedIn, I also want to be able to see that color on your LinkedIn. When I get to your website, I want to see that color on your website. When I get to your Instagram page, I also want to see that color. So let it be consistent. Maintain a consistent brand identity. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. All right. Then okay, so it's almost time for questions, right? Then you want to make sure you equip yourself with more knowledge, okay? You want to make sure you equip yourself with more knowledge. It's very important. Trust me, there are people who know better than what you know, right? And if you're positioning yourself as an expert, you want to make sure that you know better than your client, because there are some clients who will tell you your job. They will tell you the nitty-gritty of your job, and you're asking yourself, I thought I am the one who went to school for this, right? I thought I am the professional here. So you want to make sure that you equip yourself with knowledge all the time, okay? Like you have ample knowledge of your industry, of your niche, okay? I'm not saying you must read all the books in the world, but as long as it has to do with your niche, be current with trends, be current with the latest, okay? Don't be left behind. Okay, don't be left. If you know that there is a new trend in logo design, as a professional logo designer, there's a new trend in logo design. You want to make sure that you know about that, because there are clients who will come. They don't need to seek your opinion. They'll just tell you, this is what I want. They won't give you room to tell you, to say, okay, I advise that you do this. I advise that you do that. They're not going to give you that room. They already told you what they want. If you don't know that stuff, or if you don't understand the concept they're talking about, you have lost the money. You have lost the clients. And you have lost the train of clients that particular client could have brought to you. So you want to make sure that positioning yourself as an expert, you are not still living in the past. Okay, you're open-minded to learn new things and expand your knowledge. It's very, very important. Okay, then implement the right strategies and stay consistent. Growing your personal brand on social media is not a SAP. Okay, it's not a destination. It's a journey. It's a continuous journey. The trends are changing. Algorithms are changing. Things are happening. There's always a new update or the other. I went off Instagram for 3 months and I came back and it was like I never knew anything about Instagram anymore. I started seeing reels. I started seeing some new stickers on Insta story, and I'm like, where did this come from? I saw guides. I'm like, wow, just 3 months of being off social media and a lot of things have changed already. So you want to make sure that you're in you're in the know of what's going on. You stay consistent, right? You implement the right strategies, find out what is working and put it into use. Okay, invest in human capital. See, don't take away the social from social media, right? Social media, social, you get the drift, right? Social, yeah, people are here to connect. People are here to socialize, right? When businesses go on social media, they are not there to scream, sell, sell, sell. They are there to socialize, woo, connect with their potential clients, so that in that socializing or in that socialization, their potential clients they'll be able to convert them to paying clients. Okay. Someone, I think I couldn't read all that. Okay, so you want to connect with others, connect with other people in your niche. Social media is best when you are connecting with people. Don't just go there, drop content and run away, right? And expect your network to grow. Connect with other people in your niche. Find out, get to know other designers in your niche. And I really love what Ife is doing here. This designers discourse, it's amazing. I wouldn't have met you guys if I didn't know Ife, or if I didn't make out time to actually, get to know him or get to connect with him on social media. So it's one person can lead you to 100 more people, and then those 100 more people can lead you to, 1 million more people. It's like that. Okay, so invest your time in engaging with others, genuinely engaging with them, genuinely connecting with them. Okay, not because you're trying to turn them into clients, but you genuinely want to connect. And then if eventually you're able to turn them into clients, perfect. Already, if I said, "Oh, Vicky, you do designs, great, okay." So I just maybe contracting for for some website design jobs, and that's it, right? So it's from being a genuine, engager or connector to actually, getting other things done. So engage in genuine connections, human connections. Okay, it's very important, right? In fact, that is one of the trends in 2021, social media trends in 2021, human connection. Because with the way COVID is raging and raving everywhere right now, it's lots of events are going are on lockdown. A lot of things. Face to face human interaction has dropped down. So you want to make sure that you try to yeah, another course. We got this. Okay, that's the third one. Thank you very much. Please make sure you're putting this stuff down because I'm about to blow. I'm about to blow. Okay, so yeah, engage in human connections is very important. Okay, I think that's basically it. Okay, avoid trying to be active on all social media. You will die before your time. It will be gone too soon. A call to glory for you. Avoid it. Avoid it. You cannot be on all social media platforms. You cannot be active on all of them. You can't deal, except you are a company and you have a team of people working with you. So somebody can handle LinkedIn, another person can handle email marketing, another person can handle Instagram. Perfect, good for you. But if you are a one-man business and you say you want to be active on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, you want to be everywhere, and you want to be consistent and active on all, you will die before your time. Avoid it. Choose one or two platforms, focus on those platforms, grow there. Then you can begin to think expansion, right? And when you're thinking expansion, you're not thinking you're doing it yourself. No, you're going to have a team of people that get to work with you, right? Great. So avoid that. Then yes, create visually appealing content, give value first before selling, right? Show your face every now and then. You're a personal brand. People need to connect with you. People need to see you. So every once in a while, want to see a video, want to see a picture, right? So want to see you, want to know that we're not relating with a robot, right? It's not every time carousel design, logo design, graphics design everywhere. Let us see your face. Okay, let us see your face. That's why we have Instagram Reels, we have IGTV, we have Twitter has stories now, right? Twitter stories are there. Even LinkedIn has stories, right? So Twitter, LinkedIn stories. There are LinkedIn stories now. Facebook has stories. Twitter has stories. WhatsApp has stories. So because even in fact, all social media platforms right now are trying to incorporate human interaction. They want people to be able to connect with each other, right? So we just don't want to be seen. It's not every time I come to your page, I want to be seen. Okay, for example, it's not every time you come to my page, you see carousels, right? And even on those carousels, sometimes I don't just go and pull up stock photos. I actually put my face there. I put my face there. I take pictures. I take different pictures doing different facial expressions that will match the kind of post that I'm putting, because I also want you to see my face, right? And then I also do videos, right? I show up on my Insta stories because I want you to know that this is me. I want to show you life behind all the design. I want to show you that I am real. I'm a human being like you. And then it makes it much more easier for you to connect with me, right? Good. So it's very important. People are leaving. People should not go anywhere. We're almost done. Okay. And like I said, use one username across all social media platforms. Monitor the latest trends, right? Differentiate your business from your personal page. Okay. What I mean by that is that, okay, for example, I have a design agency, right? Disrupt Designs, right? And it's different from my own. Like I differentiated that page from my personal brand page because I want to be able to freely create content on this page. And then on my business page, you don't see anything apart from all the designs I have been doing, right? That's where you see them there. Any design that comes from my company, you see them there. So I put them there. When somebody says, "Can I see your designs?" I'll say, just go to Disrupt Designs page on Instagram and you see all my designs, right? Okay, can I see your personal brand or whatever it is? This is my personal brand, Victoria Hibbles on Instagram. Find me there, and you see. So if you can, if you know that you're looking to really build an independent brand, how do you invite who want to rebrand in line with current environments? Okay, I'm coming to that. Okay, so yeah, so if you can, differentiate them. Okay, especially if you're looking to build an independent business, okay, brand from your personal brand at the end in the long run, then you want to differentiate, you have different pages. But for now, if you're just starting out to putting out yourself out there, then focus on your personal page. Okay, and All right, then make sure that you're following accounts, whether you're on Twitter, Instagram, wherever it is you are. Make sure you're following accounts that are directly related to your niche, okay, or are valuable to your niche, okay. You cannot be a graphic designer and all the people you're following, they're all politicians. What are you looking for? Right? As a graphic designer, you want to follow brands that probably will be needing designs that you offer, right? Good. So you want to follow people within your niche, your target clients, your people within your niche, other experts in your niche, and all of that. So just make sure you're following valuable accounts. Avoid burnouts. You don't have to be on social media every goddamn day of your life, every minute of your life. Just sometimes it's okay to take a break. Just take a break. Just go do something else. I took a 3 months break. I myself, I just came back recently. Okay, so avoid burnouts. Avoid overwhelming yourself. Be careful of the people you follow, because the people you follow also determines what you see on your social media feed. So if you know that there are accounts that you're following that are making you feel very insecure and all of that, please unfollow those accounts. Be very, very careful in that area, okay? Because your mental health is very important. You want to be sane, okay? Your village people cannot come and be following you again on Instagram and be disturbing you, okay? So if you know that there are accounts that make you feel down, or you can't help it, you just see, okay, for instance, I had this account that I was following. Like, I and this girl started out together, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm still at 1,000 followers, and she has gotten 5,000. She has reached 6,000. And anytime I see her post, I feel bad. No, I'm not angry at her, but I just become angry at myself. Like, what am I doing? It's not the same thing that we all do. We are all in this space. We are doing this thing. What is she doing that I'm not doing? In fact, I even produce way better content that she does. Right? So everybody at their own space. This life not JJ. You cannot come and kill yourself and come and die and run away, right? So whatever it is that is making her grow exponentially, glory be to God, hallelujah. So when I notice that anytime I see her page or see her post, I begin to doubt myself, I unfollowed her immediately. My sanity is very important. I don't want to be a monitoring spirit. I don't want to become a witch on account of somebody else, right? So you want to be sure, you want to be careful of people you follow, right? You are allowed to block anybody. You are allowed to unfollow. You don't have to follow people you don't like, okay? You don't have to follow accounts that make you feel somehow, right? So be very, very conscious about that. Please make me I hope you guys are getting that. And then finally, avoid don't worry about vanity metrics, okay? Yes, when people say, "Oh, come on social media now, who is going to follow me, who is not going to follow me, I don't have up to 10 followers, I don't have up to 1,000 followers, I don't have." See, avoid those things. Yes, followers are important, definitely. Don't let anybody lie to you. Followers are important, but don't focus on them. Instead, focus on the value, on the content that you're putting. If you're putting out good stuff, trust me, followers will come in the long run. Let your focus and passion be on what you're there for. If you're on Instagram to sell, find ways to sell. You don't have to focus. You don't need 10,000 followers to sell. If you cannot sell to 50 followers that you have, how will you sell to 1,000 followers? How will you sell to 5,000 followers and all of that? If you're on Instagram to sell, find a way to sell. I am on Instagram to promote my services, right? I'm also there not just to promote my brand, but to promote my services and make money. I don't focus on my content. Are not. I don't put focus on creating content that would, I will start saying bye, bye, bye. No, I focus on cold DMs. That's just my strategy. I focus on cold calling, cold DMs. I get leads. I find accounts, people who don't have websites. That's how I do my. I'm just giving you one strategy I use. I can just go on Instagram. Maybe this week I want to target authors, right? I'll just go on Instagram and type authors, and I'll look through all the accounts that come up. Okay, and I'll check them one by one. Does this person have a website? No. Straight into the DM. Hi, my name is Victoria Haveser, and I'm a website designer. I saw you don't have a website, and I would like to build a website for you. Hit me up and let's talk about it. And I know how many jobs I've gotten just from that. So that is my own strategy. So you find a certain strategy that works for you and focus on it, okay? And all about it. As time goes on, other things will fall into place. Like I said, I'm here to share my own experience with you. I am not all about telling you what other Instagram gurus will tell you. That's not my business. I used to follow what everybody says, but at some point I discovered that social media is personal. Find what works for you and focus on that. Other people that are giving you advice or whatever it is, they are giving you advice based on what worked for them. My name is not Sarah. I'm Victoria Ihebuzo. So yeah, there are some general guiding rules or whatever it is. There's some general guiding rules in terms of marketing, selling, whatever it is. But most of the time, it is based on you. Whoa, we have just one, two, three people left. Okay, well done. So yeah, most of the time is based on you and your own strategy. So find your own strategy and work on it. Okay, find your own strategy and grow there. You don't have to follow what every Instagram or social media expert guru is saying. Find what works for you. Okay, there was this post I dropped the other time where I talked about hashtags. Where should you put hashtags? Should you put hashtags in the caption, or should you put it in the comment section? That was a big worry for me when I was starting out on social media. This Instagram guru will say, put it in the caption. This one will say, put it put it in the comment section. I'm like, you know what? Enough of this. I'm going to find out what works for me. So I tried it. I experimented. For a while, I was putting it in my captions and I recorded the results. And then another time, I started putting it in the, what do you call it, in the comment section, and I recorded the result. And I compared and contrast and found out that it doesn't really matter where you put them. Just put the goddamn hashtag wherever it is you want to put them, and it will still work. So just imagine if I had allowed myself to be disturbed by, so social media is all about just experiment what works for you. The algorithm does not work based, you shouldn't be working for the algorithm. The algorithm should be working for you. Your Instagram, your own social media works based on the kind of stuff you're doing. For example, if you engage with a lot of, for example, you engage with a lot of pages that have to do with medical stuff, right? Instagram will automatically, or rather, that social media platform, right? Most especially since I'm on Instagram will automatically start showing you feeds or accounts that are related to medicine or medical stuff, because that is what you always engage in. You're always commenting on a doctor's post, on a nurse's post, on health related issues and stuff like that. So Instagram will automatically say, oh, this person likes health related stuff, so let us be giving this person accounts, let us be showing this person accounts that are related to health, services, right? Aha. Me, I relate a lot. I engage a lot with accounts that are in branding and design. So when you come to my feed, when I go to my explore page, I see a lot of logos, designs, whatever it is, because those are the accounts I relate with most. The minute I stop relating with those accounts and start relating more with let's say I start relating more with other kinds of accounts, Instagram will change it all up again for me and start showing me, accounts related to, those accounts I usually relate with. So it's a personal thing. So why do you want to kill yourself and come and die and run away? Right? So find out what works for you and focus on it. Forget about vanity metrics like, followers, likes, comments. I have come to discover that in the long run, I, for example, I'm not on Instagram as an influencer. If I was on Instagram as an influencer, of course, as an influencer, you need to have like a large number of community, blah, blah. So I was okay. I'm worried about that. But if you're not on Instagram as an influencer, right, you're there to, do other stuff, then focus on really putting out value. You see likes, you see comments, you see followers, they will come as long as you're consistent in doing your stuff. Okay? So, yeah. Whoa. Talking is not easy, but I love it. So yeah, that's about it basically. Social media growth is a journey. It's not a destination. Okay. You just have to continue, stay consistent, and keep it going. Okay. And be more conscious, be more focused, be more deliberate, be more strategic about growing your brand. Okay. If you know you have not really been active on social media, or you are on social media, but you've not really been taking it serious, or you don't have the strategy, or you don't have clarity, or you feel, you know what, I'm pretty sure that whatever it is I've said here today should have been able to give you more insight. But if you need a more private, stuff like that, you can always send me a DM and we'll talk about it. But the long and short of it right now is that social media is important, especially in this age and time. Find a social media platform that works for your kind of brand and move in and start positioning yourself as an expert. You're not here to play. You're not here to come and count how many followers people are having. You're not here to come and count likes and whatever it is. You're here to position yourself as an expert so that people can start, giving you jobs, so you can start getting clients, so that people can start networking, relating with you based on your expertise, right? So find clarity, implement the right strategies, and you're good to go. It's just that simple. It may sound cliche, but that's it. Be patient, stay consistent, and pray to whatever you believe in. So yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I can say for now. And if there's any other thing, and okay, can I get the questions, please?
Wow, 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 wow.
Oh my goodness,
Has
Nepa doesn't have a
been
green light.
this has been amazing. This has been very, 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 very enlightening. Some of
Thank
these I
you.
know, but it's coming fresh. Like I'm also doing on my own end to see, okay, am I doing this right?
Well, what's his name? Domo. If I saw Domo something. That dude, your Benin guy, right? I actually grew up in Benin, so I think the only thing I know is the only thing I know is Wayena. I say Ipa Domo Koi.
You see your people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for taking time out and for I know the time is short, right? You try to rush and wrap up things as
Yeah,
soon as
personal
possible.
branding is a very very broad subject. You can't say everything at once. So I just was able to pick out some points that can help you out if you're starting out on social media. But like I said,
Absolutely.
I'm always there. You can always reach out to me whenever it is you need to reach out, and I'll help you with the clarity and strategy that you need.
Absolutely. I think Daniel was asking a question, and I think you've answered it, where he asked that social media can be a bit overwhelming, right?
Yeah,
Managing your and how many social media channels is it advised to start with or utilize? I think you've answered that, and
I've answered that question. Yeah.
you've answered that. Someone was also asking you um, for the session. Another question is, I don't know if you've answered this. How would you advise anyone who wants to rebrand in line with current developments around the world? You
I didn't get
advise,
that. Say that again.
how would you advise anyone who might want to rebrand in line with current developments around the world?
Okay. Now that's when niching is also important. Like I talked about niching. If you know your niche, right, and you know that there is a new development, right? See, personal branding, like I said, it's not a destination. It's a journey. There is always room for growth. There is room for change. Now, when you look at my page now, you're going to see I don't have up to 100 posts yet. Now that's because I did a total revamp, overhaul, and rebranding of myself. Within that 3 months I went off social media, I had to go back to the drawing board, right? There were new trends, there were new stuff that I needed to come to terms with. I needed to upgrade my knowledge. I was still far behind, right? I checked out my industry and I knew that there were new things that I needed to know about, that I needed to, get practical knowledge of before I'm able to move forward. So part of going on that break was so that I can really better equip myself, both mentally, psychologically, emotionally, right? And even education wise, right? Get all the necessary knowledge and the practical skills that I need so that moving into that new phase, right? Moving into that new phase, I would be able to deliver, right? So like change is constant. Trends, there are new trends every day. The thing is being able to recognize it, being able to know that there's a new trend. Now, once you have discovered that there is something new, right? And it is very, very instrumental to your niche, is very instrumental to your industry. You just have to go all out to keep yourself to be updated with that stuff, right? It's very important. I don't know if I am getting the answers right or if I understood the question correctly, but it's very important that you get updated in that area. Make sure that you have ample knowledge of that new trend, because like I said before, clients or services or requests that may come up will require you to actually be able to offer services in that area. So if you do not know how to, or if you're not abreast, or if you don't know anything about that particular, new trend, you'll fall off, right? So you find out whatever it is and find out how to, assimilate, how to get it. If it's a new skill, get the skill. If it's a new knowledge, go and grab it. Whatever it is, find it and then start implementing it. Start implementing it. It's okay to show your growth. It's okay to share your story of growth. It's all about progress. It's okay to share your progress and all of that. So you go on and just find a way to incorporate it into the person or into who you are so that you can grow both as a as a personal brand and as a corporate brand or a business brand, right? I don't know if I answered that question correctly,
All right.
but
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Another question I have here is using of nicknames advisable when building a personal brand, or is it a must to use the name on my birth certificate? Right. I know you talked about using names that have 001, 10 whatever, 984, right? As a personal brand, building a personal brand, do I need to stick with my nick, or can I use nicknames? Also, like you said, in the littlest, in terms of your social media handles, your name, even your email address, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still use what do you call it? Something Queen, this one, J Boy, whatever at so and so. Is that advisable? Or
Okay,
once
now
you
that
use
I
exactly.
get the line of your question. Yeah, that's a very, very good question because you see the thing about branding, you remember you are influencing public perception of you. Say for example, as a graphic designer, you're looking to work for a company like you want to work for big companies like Coca-Cola. Are you going to your first of all, how do you feel Coca-Cola would what do you think, how do you think Coca-Cola would feel when when they come to your CV and they see Yo J Boy, you know, and like first of all, that alone is a no, right? It's not like it's your actual name, right? So the thing is, if you want, if you, it's all about how you want people to view you, right? It's all about how you want people to view you. It's all about how you want, your brand to be interpreted, right? I have a nickname called Vickylonia, right? Vickylonia, right? Vickylonia. My real name is Victoria Hebuzo, but I have a nickname Vickylonia because that's the name I gave myself when I was active in the radio industry. So that's the name I used actively in the radio industry. So but I am no longer in the radio industry, or rather I'm not so active in the radio industry right now, but still a lot of people know me by that name. Well, when I discovered that I wanted to toe a new line of career, I wanted to become more strategic about the brand that I wanted to build. I discovered that Vicolonia doesn't just cut it for me. I wanted to come out as Victoria in Ihebuzo. And I started pushing out Victoria in Ihebuzo. I started pushing it out. I made sure that all my social media handles bear Victoria Hebuzo. My email bears Victoria Hebuzo. Even before I started using a professional email, I was using victoriahebuzo@gmail.com. But now I have Victoria at victoriahebuzo.com. Hello at victoriahebuzo.com. So I have that. Your name is part of your personal brand. It's very important that you're sure of the name you're using. Yes, you may not use your original name, although I would advise that you use your professional name, right? But if you have like a nickname you're already, a lot of people already know you with, you also want to make sure that, okay, if for example, as my name is Victoria Hebuzo and my social media handle is Vickylonia, okay, fine. I can use Vickylonia across all my social media as my username. But in my bio, I would include Victoria Ihebuzo, right? So it's all about how I wouldn't, I'm not in a position to tell you what name you want to use. I'm only just here to advise that you should use the right name. So if you want to use your nickname, make sure that your nickname is actually good enough, right? It doesn't make you look, like an unserious person. There are some names you use that would make you look very unserious. Also, are you an artist? Like, if for example, if you're a music artist, it's very understandable for you to have nicknames, right? But if you're somebody working in the corporate industry, in the corporate business industry, of course you should know that professionally your name is what people want to see, is what potential brands, potential clients want to see. So you get my point. So it all depends on the brands that you're building. It all depends on the
Absolutely.
brand that you're building. It all depends on the kind of audience that you're targeting. So if you know the kind of audience you're targeting, then it will help you make an informed decision on the kind of name you want to use.
Absolutely. I really appreciate the activity in that and the honesty in that response, right? Just know what you want to be portrayed as, what you want to be perceived as. Go with that. You use a good example of an artist, right? Most artists, we don't know them by their personal names. We know them by their brand names, right? Whiskey, right? Maybe Davido, maybe his name is David, right? But there's some that you, is this person's name, right?
Yeah.
The content creator, Debo Macaroni or Mr. Macaroni. His name is Debo something. So just find what works.
If in your CV you cannot include that name, if you cannot proudly put that name in your CV, then you shouldn't be using it, on your professional bios online, right? So if you cannot proudly use your JBoy107 in your CV, why should you be putting that in your professional, bio on LinkedIn or on Twitter or on Instagram, right? So if you're not proud to put it on your CV, you shouldn't use it at all. You should just put up your brand name, your own professional original name. Yeah.
Absolutely. Last question is, what's your take on brands, whether corporate brands or personal brands, having thousands and thousands of followers, but follow only 1 or 0 brands? Do you think it's good for a personal brand to have thousands of followers and not following anyone? Where's the social connection, like you said, genuine human connection you talked about?
Okay, so I've seen this a lot of times. Okay, for example, very popular brands. Fenty does that. Most of these Fenty brand does that. What do you call it? There are some other brands I have seen, right? Even individuals, very popular individuals like Rihanna, Taylor Swift. Okay, I don't know if she has left, but before she doesn't follow anybody at all. So I've seen both personal and corporate brands actually doing that. For me, I know the level I am at right now, right? So see, there are levels to these things. There are levels to this thing. By the time you get to that level where even if you don't follow anybody, but people are still they're your brand and them, they're like this. That's okay. But you know your level, you know you're starting out, you know you are still at a stage where you need to put in a lot of work. So why are you not following people in your niche? In fact, when I come to your page, the kind of people you follow will determine whether I actually want to follow you or not. Because I don't want to transfer your village people to my own side. You understand?
Yeah.
And the way social media works right now is when you follow someone, it will also it will give you related accounts to that person. So just the same way Instagram or that social media platform is recommending you to them, that's exactly how it will also recommend you to their followers and recommend their followers to you. Right? So there is always a connection here. So talking about following just one person, if I wake up tomorrow and decide I want to follow everybody on my page, no problem. It's my personal, it's a preference. It's what I said. But for my brand, will it help me? That's the question I'll ask myself. Will it help my brand? So if doing it is not going to affect the brand negatively, by all means, go ahead. It's a personal thing. But if you know that doing it may affect your brand, because when I come online, I want to see content that inspire me. I want to see content that will inspire my next content, that will inspire my next action positively. I want to see content that will enlighten me, right? I want to see content that will push me to do better. So if I don't follow these accounts, right, I wouldn't be able to get that. Then who exactly am I socializing with? Who exactly am I engaging with? Who exactly am I communicating with? And all of that. Okay, so that's the reason. Everybody has reasons why they follow the people they follow and how many people they follow and why they don't follow people that they follow. If I don't want to follow a particular account, I can follow a hashtag related to that account. That's what most people do too. So most of these accounts, you see them have 0 followers. I've had the opportunity to look at the back end of accounts like that. They follow a lot of hashtags, especially on Instagram. And yes, Hassan, designers need to socialize. So yes, you need to actually follow people. You need to follow. That's what social media is really all about. Follow people. So for those brands or accounts that decide not to follow, that is their business. They decide to do that. I cannot say for them. But for me, I will follow people because I'm here to socialize and connect. And when you come to my page and you see me not following anybody, it may actually make you not follow me. Because like I follow this one. This one, what is she feeling like? She's not following anybody. You get, especially at this level and stage that I am, where I still have a lot of growth, a lot of work to do. So yeah, it's important that you follow people just to socialize. But if you decide not to, your business, whatever comes out of it is your business. So
thank you very much. So guys, this was a stretch. We started at 5, hoping that we'll finish by 6 months.
oh my goodness. Just look at that. 7. Okay, I was actually right. I estimated that will be done by 7.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Thanks so much for your time. We know, or I know that you're a very busy person, and taking time out of busy time, sacrificing this time, right, on a Sunday to refresh and get ready for the new week, to share with us. I'll take it for it. Thank you very much. So guys, please follow.
I'm great.
On Instagram. That's a domain. That's where she exudes a lot of.
Thank you, May. Thank you so much. Please, I would appreciate a review, okay? So if you guys can just drop me a review on my Instagram page, you can just drop me a review via my DM. Just tell me whether you learned anything at all, how you feel about what I did and stuff like that. So you can just quickly drop me a review on my Instagram DM. It will help my social proof. This is part of, brand credibility. It will also help my social proof. So you can just drop me a DM as a review, like a review via.
Absolutely. Please send a DM to her. Follow her, send a DM to her. And she will definitely acknowledge that, and also I'm sure she will share with her followers and her community, and would also know that she actually gave value. I'm sure she gave value. Personally, I got value from this, right? And the fact that it was just on notice, I can't thank you enough. Victoria. I can't thank you enough. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, I'm really glad that you did.
Yeah, I did. And so for those of you who are on this platform, who are on this call, if you can see the screen, we're on YouTube. Just go to designersdiscourse.disha.page to subscribe. Like I said before, I think we are on 97 subscribers. At least we have like 5. Most of you we are already subscribed to the channel. But if you're not, please. I look forward. I would want us to hit the 100 subscribers shortly. Maybe just we'll just make it 100. So if you're here and you're not subscribed to the channel, please go on, visit designersdiscourse.disha.page to subscribe to the channel. Let me see if I have it here. So I'll share the link with people so they can just click and subscribe. Yeah, so that's the link. If you catch up on previous sessions, webinars, we've had 3 webinars in the past. This will make it the 4th one. You can also catch up on them. They talk about negative space in design, brand design, designing for print, and just today we've on building your personal brand via social media. Right. This session will also be uploaded on our YouTube channel after the end of this call, so you can also catch up and watch the replay at your free time. I want to say thank you very much. We likely will not be having a webinar or a session in December. We would resume the webinar in January, all things being equal. Thank you to Miche, Azan, Mbasomto, Gideon, Daniel, Eyagwina, May Ubani. I've told you you're going to come and speak here someday. Fawaz Adigoke, thank you very much. Although you came in late, you can still catch the replay on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to it and watch the replay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for thanking her. Right? Thank you for thanking her. So on this note, I will say have a good night rest. Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I'm really grateful. Let me go and prepare my content calendar for the week. I'm going to be dishing out really amazing content on my page this week. So make sure you're following and turn on post notifications. Okay?
Absolutely. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Say share your page. Okay, a page on Instagram. I would share it again. Fawaz just joined.
Yeah, it's Victoria Ihebuzo, okay? Just my name, Victoria Ihebuzo. That's what you just put there. Find me there.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone, and
Yeah,
see
bye.
you. Bye.